for November with your Cosmic Girl. Trust you're all doing well out there. For disclosure, I'm a Hellenistic Western tropical astrologer. This month we see Saturn station direct in Pisces, Pluto ingress back into Aquarius for a 20-year stay, and the exalted full moon in Taurus, and so much more astrologically coming your way in this video. As an Aries rising, you are yang, fiery, and cardinal in characteristics and qualities for this rising sign, and Mars is your planetary ruler. Let's get into your month. So let's talk about your ruling planet, shall we, for the month of November. On the 3rd, he's going to ingress into a part of your chart connected to joy and pleasure. So the fun and the joy and the romance and the kids and the creativity and your hobbies and just life in general, heat is being turned up exponentially for the rest of November from the 3rd, when your ruling planet steps into Leo. This zodiac sign is all about opulence, indulgence, fun, joy, being childlike again. And these are the subjects that you're definitely interested in this transit. Going out to social events, connecting with children, the topics of children are highlighted. It's just fun in the sun all the way with Mars in Leo. The only caveat with this transit for you, Aries rising, is there could be so much pleasure and fun going on that you may not be realizing there's an overindulgence happening at the same time that you may need to have a check-in with at the end of this transit, because Mars is going to retrograde on the 6th of December and be backtracking through this part of your chart. When Mars backtracks, this is the checking in point of all the fun that you've been having, what's been the cost of it. So the astrological advice with Mars in the 5th from the 3rd of November to the 6th of December is have fun, get out there, enjoy romance, dating, social connections, hanging out with your kids, really enjoying life. But do it measured, do it with ease, don't overcompensate, and don't go blazing through those purse strings and events without realizing there needs to be measurement in the pleasure zone. The first of the month, we see the first lunation, and it's a new moon in Scorpio, and it's happening in a part of your chart connected to shared resources and your finances. This could be a bittersweet new beginning that you almost knew was coming. So it's time to reel in the purse strings and let go of those emotional financial debts that are weighing you down, Aries rising. This new moon is going to set you in motion to get rid of things that are emotionally weighing you down with shared resources and your assets. On the 15th of the month, we're having the full moon in Taurus, the best lunation of 2024, and it's lighting up your second house of assets, possessions, and money that supports you. This is in the checking in point. What you're doing on the day-to-day in regards to your finances, is it sustainable for your future? Has it really got that long-term certainty that whatever you're putting your money and efforts toward is going to keep you sustained for a very long time? If you're feeling the financial pinch, this moon is going to illuminate what needs to change and new potentials in reaching new financial options. The sun is transiting in a part of your chart which is about those shared resources and assets up until the 21st of November. So the heat is on, and this is what you're heavily invested in for the first 3 weeks of November. You want to know the financial details and binds that you're connected to and how you can get more independency. The sun in Scorpio is intense. It's all or nothing with Scorpio. And in your 8th house, this is where you might start to realize how emotions are connected to this all or nothing shared resources and financial position that you're currently in. Do you need to let go of all of this secrecy, this clandestine way of dealing with your money? Purge and release yourself financially is the key with this transit. On the 4th of November, the Sun is going to line up with Saturn, which will be retrograding in a part of your chart of the things that are unseen. So this is the day where you might have the emotional maturity to check in and understand how addictions or self-sabotage is really interacting and influencing your sense of abundance. So the key to using this transit for this day is be more determined, be more disciplined in your financial approach. What is it about your past or a subconscious churning that is keeping you stuck from being your abundant self? On the 21st of the month, the Sun's going to move into a part of your chart connected to education and travel to the 21st of December. So for 4 weeks, the Sun's shining now on where you should be putting your attention, and that is in learning, media, publishing, traveling, international and foreign connections, your spiritual paths. The Sun is illuminating the house of God, how these subjects make you feel internally and how they interact with you on the day to day. If you need to learn and expand and grow, go back to school, go on a pilgrimage, get in touch with esotericism or a spiritual practice that improves yourself, this is the transit that gives you the cosmic green pass to do just that. Sagittarius is a zodiac sign that's all about learning and traveling. These topics are highly connected to what it is that you want to achieve for the long term. On the 27th of the month, the Sun's going to line up with your ruling planet Mars in that 5th house of joy and pleasure. This is where you could get the cosmic green light, if you will, to plan that travel trip, go on that date, learn that subject that really helps your hobby or creative pursuits. What a wonderful day to be had on the 27th of November for you, Aries Rising. Venus, the planet of love and unity, continues her transit in the part of your chart, which is that education and travel house, the house of God. She will leave on the 11th of November. So you have a small window of time and opportunity to connect with movers and shakers internationally and educationally that can take you places in your future. Unite with people that are in line with your values and beliefs. And this is the key to this transit. Connect with people that you know are going to improve your intelligence bank and open up your horizons. On the 3rd of the month, Venus is standing off with Jupiter retrograde in a part of your chart connected to short distance traveling, education, siblings, cousins, technology, and teaching. So when the two benefics are looking across at each other on this day, the 3rd of November, what you could be realizing is that you may need to slow the roll when it comes to just how much you know before you declare it on the public stage. You may have your tail between your legs on the 3rd of November, but it is the benefics. How bad could it be? If you overcompensate, know this, Aries Rising, you may be getting a checking in point down the line. On the 11th of November, Venus is ingressing into Capricorn at the very top of your chart, which is your public image, your professional life, and worldly ambitions. And this transit lasts until the 7th of December. It's all or nothing with Venus in Capricorn. You want to go the absolute distance when it comes to matching up with people that can take you places professionally. Making the wise investment with connecting with movers and shakers when it comes to your public image and your standing is the best way to use this transit. Loving your career is important because what you love is going to be translated to the outside world. Venus is only here for a little time, so take advantage of bringing in all those work opportunities and cashing in on them. On the 22nd of November, Venus is going to line up with Saturn in the unseen part of your chart. This could be a great day for work that you've been developing behind the scenes, finally getting its moment in the spotlight publicly. You may also be getting a return of an investment that you've been working on behind the scenes that does help your public image or your career, this is a wonderful day to be had for you, Aries rising, on the 22nd of November. Mercury, which is a planet that's where our mind's directed, what we're thinking about, what we're talking about when we're coming to financial exchanges, and it's also about travel and socializing. Well, Mercury on the 22nd, on the 2nd of the month, is ingressing into a part of your chart connected to higher education and travel for the whole month. This is an important transit for you, Aries rising. I'm going to tell you why. Mercury is very cerebral. It likes to connect. It's all about learning, and it's all about transactional exchanges. And it's going into a part of your chart of higher education, media and publishing, worldly travel, international and foreign affairs, legalities, and your spiritual path. So these topics are on your mind, and this is what you're thinking about, it's what you're researching about, and it's what you're talking about with Mercury in your ninth house being Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius is a zodiac sign that's all about learning and teaching and traveling. It's very opulent and it likes to have fun. It's very gregarious. Very, very fun transit coming up for Mercury. The only caveat is that Mercury doesn't operate well in Sagittarius. So Mercury is trying harder to have faith in what he believes in, what he's talking about, and where he puts his money. So this is all about, do you believe in your education? Do you believe in your worldly aspirations? Do you believe in what you're putting out there publicly when it comes to media and publishing pursuits? Do you believe in your spiritual faith about yourself? Do you believe about what you're doing in life when it comes to expanding and growing? So Mercury is going to be working harder to keep the faith in what you're doing when it comes to growth and expansion. On the 18th of the month, this is the checking in point, and I think for all of us, this part of the month is important on the 18th. Mercury is going to stand off with Jupiter, which is in the house of education, short distance traveling, learning, teaching, technology, siblings and cousins. There's a lot going on in every house, but the third house is all about pretty much communication. So Mercury, the planet of communication and intellect, is standing off with Jupiter in that third house, and Jupiter's in a retrograde. So Mercury's standing off against the benefic on the 18th. This is the checking in point, Aries rising. What you could be coming up against here is, do I know enough? Am I right or am I wrong? Am I spreading myself too thin? Do I have what it takes when it comes to media and publishing, travel, education, worldly affairs? Am I all in with my spiritual path? This is the am I or am I not moment. Do I or do I not moment? Can I or can I not moment? Particularly tricky day. But what I like about this is that it really drags you into a moment of, am I really what I think I am and what I'm saying I am? And that can be a big reality check for Aries rising. So don't overcompensate and spread yourself thin. Don't promise more than you can deliver, Aries, is the astrological advice on the 18th of November. On the 25th of November, Mercury will go into a retrograde, and it won't go direct until the 15th of December. So between the 25th of November and the 15th of December, this is the perfect opportunity to get into self-sabotage and negative talking traits that you may have. You do know enough. You are good enough. You can do what you want to do. You just may need to fine tune and relearn, restructure, and re-strategize. That's all Mercury is asking you to do. Having lofty ambitions and ideas about your education, your worldly pursuits and travel plans and media and publishing and faith in yourself is definitely great. But Mercury retrograde here is asking you to check in with those self-beliefs. What systems do you need to change that make you feel more confident while Mercury's retrograde? This is what you can do for yourself. Mercury will move on the 15th of December. You've got this, Aries rising. So let's talk about the slower planetary transits for the month of November and the slow stories that are playing out in parts of your chart for you, Aries rising. Well, on the 15th of November, there's a welcome change. Saturn's turning direct in a part of your chart connected to the unseen. The discipline, the determination now to get on top of things that are chronic, sabotaging you, addictions, things that your navel goes about, spend too much time about dreaming. Saturn moving forward now is going to go, that's enough. It's time to get on top of this shit. Get your shit together, Aries Rising. We've got things to do. I need you to be certain about your dreams, what you love. You've had plenty of time to think about what's holding you back to make your dreams a reality. So Saturn moving forward now, you're putting all those ideas and dreams into practice. On the 19th of the month, Pluto's ingressing back into Aquarius for a 20-year stay. Now, this is happening in a part of your chart connected to your friends, your dreams for your future, your goals, your beneficiaries that help you in regards to your career and your public image. It's also the house of your social connections. The 11th house is an extremely social house and a lot of fun. And Pluto's going to be in this house for you for 20 years. 20 years. Pluto's going to have you disintegrating, demolition time for Pluto in regards to all those social connections that are done. They're outdated. They're old. You need new people, places, and faces, movers and shakers that can take you into the future that feel fresh and mentally and cerebrally and intellectually aligned with you. Enjoy this transit. Pluto's going to work some awesome magic for you and bringing in new people, places, and faces that are in line with your visions. Neptune continues retrograding in your 12th house, won't go direct until next month, the 7th of December. So Neptune's giving you plenty of time to navel gaze and romanticize and dream about what it is that you want deep in your subconscious. What do you believe in? What is it that you want to create? What is holding you back from making it happen? Neptune going direct on the 7th of December. The rose-colored glasses are off. It's time to get down to the nuts and bolts of how to make what you love a permanent resident in the Aries rising house and soul. Uranus continues retrograding in a part of your chart, which is your your finances, your assets, your possessions, and your money that supports you. It's your day-to-day money. So Uranus is working his magic in helping you liberate from old ways of bringing in money that support you. Do you need to learn new systems of money? Do you need to look at new investment opportunities? Do you maybe need to, I don't know, open yourself up a bit more about your financial space and create a sense of freedom? This is what Uranus wants to do, wants to give you freedom and liberation with your finances. So, how best to work with Uranus? Don't be so rigid on how you get money. Don't be so rigid about your possessions. Let things go that need to go and let the fresh and new come in. Uranus just wants to liberate. Uranus just wants freedom. So Uranus is trying to help you see the forest for the trees on new financial options that can bring in money on the day-to-day that support you for the long term. Uranus will go direct on the 30th of January 2025. Plenty of time for you to look at your financial opportunities when Uranus is retrograde Aries rising. Jupiter is continuing its retrograde in a part of your chart connected to short distance traveling, siblings, cousins, learning, teaching, technological gadgets. It's all to do with the communication, and Jupiter's retrograde here won't go direct until the 4th of February 2025. Jupiter Aries rising is helping you streamline this part of your chart. What do you need to learn? What do you need to do on the day-to-day? What's your environment? Is it working for you? Are they morally and ethically in line with you? The people that you surround yourself with on the day-to-day? Or do you need to break into new terrain? Or do you need to put firm systems in place? Hard no's. Don't overcompensate. Don't spread yourself too thin. Jupiter is certainly helping you see the forest for the trees when you are overextending yourself in that busy third place. Time to check in, streamline, Learn what you need to learn to make your life operate smoothly on the day to day. Stay cosmic, Aries rising. Cosmic Girl 101's having its first birthday on the 5th of November. How best to celebrate it? Well, I'm putting it to my audience to put any comments in the comments section below about this milestone. I have a poll on my community page. You feel free to vote on one of those astrological subjects that you'd like to hear me talk about in the near future. Have yourself a great month, Aries rising, and I'll connect with you next time.